Good evening, everyone. A team of high-powered lobbyists is now pushing Mayor Briley's privatized parking plan.
The parking company behind the deal put together 10 lobbyists who will now try to convince council members to support it. Investigative reporter Ben Hall spoke with an expert who compared the plan to a payday loan.
An attorney who has analyzed dozens of parking privatization deals across the country says Nashville's plan is an improvement over others. But he says the quick influx of cash the city will get comes at a high cost. If Nashville privatizes its metered parking, the real winners may be the investors who put up the money for the deal.
For the investors, it's a great deal. Whether for the municipality or the taxpayers, it's a great deal. It's a whole different issue.
Attorney Clint Krisloff started the Center for Open Government Law Clinic at Chicago's Kent College of Law, which has analyzed more than 40 privatization deals across the country. He said via Skype, Nashville's parking meter deal reminds him of a payday loan.
This is a payday type deal because it gives the investor a guaranteed 9.75% return.
Metro is actually entering into an agreement with Preston Hollow Capital, a finance company in Dallas, Texas, which will come up with all of the money needed to put in new meters and ensure that the city gets $34 million in upfront payments. Metro says it's not fair to compare the deal to a payday loan, saying investors will only get the nearly 10% return if the parking system meaningfully improves its operating performance above current levels.
There are a lot of people who would love to be able to say they're getting a 9.75% return.
But we don't know who Preston Hollow's clients are, so we don't know the individual investors who stand to make nearly 10% on their investments. Krisloff says cities enter into these deals to get large upfront payments, like the $17 million Metro gets in each of the first 2 years. Mayor Briley includes $30 million from the deal in next year's budget, which promises raises for Metro employees and more money for schools, all without a property tax increase, and all as he runs for re-election.
The benefit usually is that you get upfront money to plug a hole.
Preston Hollow Capital says on its website it invests with a long-term view, with the intent of building value in our portfolio over time rather than a quick flip.
If it's the right thing to do, we could do it as a city and capture the revenues.
Councilman Steve Glover has questioned why the city doesn't just do this on its own. Krisloff says Metro could borrow $40 million at a much better interest rate to plug the budget hole and hire an operator just like Preston Hollow did.
We're going to get an upfront, quote, reward, but what's going to be the cost to the taxpayers down the road?
Metro has declined to do an interview, but said in a statement the private company assumes all the risk, and borrowing the money would add to the debt. Krisloff says Nashville's deal is structured better than what he calls the disastrous parking meter deal in Chicago, because Nashville will at least split future revenue growth from parking meters. But in the end, he says these privatization deals benefit the investors who put up the money.
In all these cases, there's a financial entity which puts the deal together, and somehow it always winds up that down the road you wish you'd have done it differently.
The Traffic and Parking Commission votes on the parking plan Monday. Then the council hears it on second reading on Tuesday. With 10 lobbyists, it means there's one lobbyist for every 4 council members. We'll see if that has an impact on the final vote.